Hey, I'm Simon Harris, and it's good to see you. And in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things that need to be present in your life to make any business model work. It doesn't matter if you're looking to work online, start a restaurant, a coffee shop. Without these 5 things, pretty much never going to reach the levels that you need to get to make this a true success. So let's really just jump in. And the number one thing that really helped me get over the line, to get started, to keep me going, was cutting out any negativity around my life. Now, this isn't easy. It's way easier said than done. A story for me, as I was growing up, I wanted to start my own business. I wanted to get into this, and I didn't have the support of the people that were closest with me. We kind of grew up in a small town in Wales, in the UK, where, you basically were looking to get a job in a bank, with the government, something that was going to set you up 60 years down the line. Now, for me, that wasn't something realistic. I didn't want to make $50,000 a year in 20 years' time. I wanted to make it this year. And a lot of people were looking to just kind of shun my dreams away. They were kind of talking to me like, hey, look, we've set this up for you over here. This is the best way for you to go. And I saw that as negativity. A lot of that, and a lot of time, that is set up as, well, we're just doing this because we love you. We're just doing this because we care. When the truth is, they're holding you back from something greater. Now, also, one thing that you need to know is, a lot of people watching this, you'll probably think you're a very positive person, but you hang around with the wrong people in work. They're always negative. How was your weekend? Oh, it wasn't great. The flat tire. That stuff you need to move away from. You need to surround yourself with positivity, even if it's nothing to do with your goals. Just people who are in a positive mood. People say, hey, how's your day going? Oh, great. It's another day above ground, all that kind of good stuff, where they're on a positive note. You are what you think about. And if people are filling your head with negativity from their life and pushing it into yours, that is going to hurt your brain, constrain your thinking process, your thought process, and really, really punish you on that sort of stuff. My story is, I haven't really about my family too much, or I never really touched base on them. I don't really speak to them back home because they wanted to basically constrain myself and didn't want to support what seemed to them a huge, huge risk. Now, I grew up a great childhood, nothing wrong there, but when it came to what I wanted to do as I grew older, I knew I had to walk away from the people who probably loved me the most, right? Because the negativity of that just doesn't help. I know it's easier said than done. You probably have family around you, things like that you feel like you don't want to cut ties with because family is important. But even just having a year or two break from them could really help you elevate and achieve those dreams. And the second one, and I think this is one that's a little bit controversial out there. You might watch the videos about people like grinding, saving, keeping that stuff. I think the number one of the things that you want to really focus on is rewarding yourself as you achieve things, is trying to live at the next level, maybe sometimes before you get there. So one time I was working for a gentleman called Alex Jeffries, entrepreneur, that kind of got me started in this space. And one of the things he made me do was to go out and buy a car that I could afford, but was probably 10 or 20% over my budget at the time. So I was in Cardiff, Wales. I was just in a performance role, so I was getting this really small salary. I'm talking like about $1,000 a month, and the rest of my pay was on commission, right? He made me go out to the BMW dealership and buy a car that I truly loved, like a car that I really looked at, that I would jump in. And he said to me, trust me, when you get up and you jump in this car to go to the gym, or you jump in this car to go to the office first thing in the morning, you're gonna go and want and work and say, I deserve this, or I need to work like I deserve this. And that really put me in a mental state of showing up every day, feeling like I own this, feeling like I should be where I up a level where this car is, just something that is just affordable for me. And that was like a big thing. So rewarding yourself and pushing up your living ability or your lifestyle isn't a bad thing. Now, look, let's be really clear on this. Don't go and put yourself in crazy amounts of debts. Don't really, like something that you can't achieve, that you can't bail yourself out of if something goes a little sideways, that is out of your control. But honestly, if you want to go and buy that Rolex watch and you have, $20,000 in the bank and want to go and spend 10 on it, go ahead and do that, because sometimes those things like the Rolex or the BMW or the car that you drive gets you into the right rooms or lets you close those deals. So rewarding yourself of little things, even if it's the vacation that, you know, hey, we're not going to stay at the Hilton, we're actually going to stay at the Ritz, like, because that's, you know, maybe instead of $500 a night, it's $1,000 a night, right? Things like that will just help elevate your mindset and push you into the level that you want to be at. And then you just keep progressing through that. It's my third point. One of the biggest things that social media has pushed around is seeing everyone's highlight reel. You are comparing yourself to the 1% of the time of other people. The truth is, entrepreneurs who are driving Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, they're probably driving those 2 hours a week. And the rest of the time it's parked at the office or parked in the garage because they're working, they're hustling. Every time you see the travel videos, the chances are they're there for work. That means they're going to be stuck in a boardroom in a beautiful city, but between taxi rides, they can get that snapshot that puts it in. So stop comparing yourself to other people, right? Stop looking at, you know, like what they have or what they have, because that will literally crush your motivation. It will just demoralize you to a point because you're going to be with your own thoughts. I got taught a long time ago that if you truly want to punish someone, leave them with their own thoughts, right? So this is something I learned when I played sports, that a coach, someone threw away it was a big game that we were playing, and they made a huge mistake, massive mistake, cost us the game. We didn't end up going to the final. We should have won it. And everyone was looking to the coach to basically, what we call at the time, rinse out this player. Basically like, let him have it after the game. And the coach said to us and said, hey, he's punishing himself enough. Leaving people with their own thoughts will punish them themselves. So when you're in your head, when you're watching things online and you're inside your own head and you're coming up with this imagination of what that lifestyle looks like, but you literally have 1% of it. Like, you cannot compare yourself to the 1% of the time that someone puts out there on social media. And also you can't compare yourself to someone that's already been doing this 10, 15 years, right? Because if you're just starting out or you've been doing it 3 or 4, you can't do the things that someone who has been on a 10-year journey can do. You can't maybe start a software business like they're doing because you don't have the capital like they did, but they started a service-based business. And we'll get into that on a different video. But that's what's really important here, is don't be comparing yourself to others too much, because what you're comparing yourself to is the 1% of the lifestyle that they live. And you know, the next thing here on my list is get on a plane. What does that really mean? It means go and network and meet people, right? That's very important. A lot of you are just seeing the same people every single day. You're going to the same places, you're doing the same things. You need to push on and go and meet different people at different levels. That could be attending events or going to different restaurants or just traveling to different places that you think. So if you live in the UK, that could mean traveling to Dubai and seeing what that lifestyle looks like, what people you can meet and that things. Or it could be attending a different event. I see a lot of people in the space in marketing events, right? So I'm in marketing and they will attend a marketing event to try and find clients or pick up people. That's not the right event. That's an event that you're going to learn from. You're not going to pick up clients. The events you should be attending could be like the real estate event or some attorney event that gets put on, or any local business event, because those people are like your clients. Those are the people that you want to kind of chase after, right? So that's where your business is going to grow. Don't just get sucked in to staying inside the same network. And this is on every level. This isn't just when you're starting out. This is even if you're doing $2-3 million a month right now and you're looking to grow, the chances are the growth is outside of your current day-to-day or month-to-month or year-to-year events, restaurants, people that you hang out with. You need to find different places. Now, a little tip on this, the way that I do this is I normally meet people at events that are marketing events that I'm going to learn at. And then I ask them, hey, what else are you doing this? Where else are you going? Or who do you know in your local area? So a lot of the time I will go up and meet that person, say in Toronto, in New York, in Charlotte, and I would ask them to set up a dinner with their business connections. And most of the time, those connections have nothing to do with the industry that I'm directly in, and I can build up rapport and have that. Those are connections that have got me into being able to invest in companies early before they even go public or before they even take any public funding on. They let me enter industries like the financial publishing space. I used to be just in BizOp, and it's also introduced me into different countries. Like I went to Dubai, I went to an event, and I went up to a business partner up there that we're now doing software, and it's going to be done in German and in English, right? So it's opened me up opportunity into a whole different nation. And then the last bit for me is you have to go out there and find someone that's going to show you the ropes, right? So the truth is, and here's a little story. I have been able to achieve quite a lot in 10 years. And when I look back, I think the number one thing that helped me skip probably 5 or 6 years of a learning curve was that I actually went and got a job, right? But what I didn't realize until after, what I was really getting was a mentor. I actually got a mentor that was paying me, right? And I've made a video about this where I think it's the ultimate shortcut to getting into an industry that, you know, might want to basically create long term. So for me, I was definitely looking to get into that digital marketing space, into, you know, marketing online and working from a laptop. And that was very, very broad. And I went and worked for an information publisher, right? His name's Alex Jeffries. I went and worked for him, and he taught me how to write emails. He taught me how to write landing pages. He taught me what a funnel looked like. He taught me how to nurture a list, how to build relationships over email, not even just face to face. And then he gave me different roles through that company. I must have done about 5 or 6 different roles. I literally started from the bottom. For the first 6 months of working there, I wasn't even allowed to write an email. The only thing I was allowed to do was read the email and then put it into the autoresponder to send it out to his customer base. That's the only thing I was allowed to do. And sometimes I even did that wrong. I put the wrong link in, or I copy and pasted the wrong one for the wrong day. We still made mistakes on simple tasks. Then I was promoted to writing some emails, and then I was promoted to managing traffic relationships that he had, which then led me down the road of helping companies with traffic. But I worked there for 2.5 years, and I genuinely believe that mentorship or going and working for someone is the ultimate shortcut to getting through what to do and not what to do. And I think one of the main reasons of my success to happen over the last 10 years and get to where I am over 10 years is because of that kind of mentorship, because of that learning process, which people could say, don't do this, do that, or that's not a great idea. Let me tell you why and show you why. And a lot of time they would have done it, failed, and they can pass that message on. So it's very, very important for you to have someone that you can go to, even if it's just a community or like a forum-based thing that you pay for, where someone is, you know, helping you skip over those things. So with that said, thank you for watching today. My name's Simon Harris, and let's keep that momentum going. Hey, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, let YouTube know that you like this video and I can show it and I can help more people. And don't forget, me and momentum will always be your best friend.